On the 8th of December, I reported on PC Sam Grigg, who was charged with false imprisonment and assault of a woman in her 20s. The information I brought to you was from the Metropolitan Police's own news section of their website, where it said, PC Sam Grigg, attached to the South West Basic Command Unit, was charged on Thursday 8th of December with false imprisonment and assault. He is due to appear in custody at Westminster Magistrates Court on the same day. The offence is alleged to have taken place at a house in Twickenham on Friday the 2nd of December, when the officer was off duty, and was reported on Tuesday the 6th of December. The suspect and the victim, a woman aged in her 20s, are known to each other. The woman suffered minor injuries and did not require hospital treatment. Now, due to the fact that I run this channel alone, except for the good few people who send me links to incidents in case I miss them, thank you, by the way, that means that once I've written a report, I have to move on to the next, and generally don't uncover any more information until days later, if it's an ongoing situation. And so I missed the other information that came out on the same day regarding this cretin. And now you're going to see how the police like to play down incidents as best they can, leaving out all the juicy bits, unless of course it gives them a chance to play a sympathy card. It actually turns out that 36-year-old PC Sam Grigg knew the woman as she was a housemate. So she lived with him, and the false imprisonment and assault, which left the woman with minor injuries that did not require hospital treatment, was that he allegedly tied her up with duct tape and cut her with a kitchen knife. Now, it's said that he had approached this female housemate on Friday, December the 2nd, in the kitchen in the home that they shared, and she ended up with her hands and feet bound on the sofa. The cut was said to have occurred after she persuaded him to cut her free, but he is also alleged to have threatened her by saying, "Who are you going to tell? I am the police." Where have I heard that before?
The law! I never broke the law! I am the law! Mr. I am the law.
Sounds just like a cop's response, if you ask me. Griggs was reported to the police on Tuesday the 6th of December, when he was then arrested and charged, and he appeared at Westminster Magistrates Court on the 8th of December, where he pleaded guilty to assault occasioning actual bodily harm and indicated a guilty plea to a charge of false imprisonment. Prosecutor Jonathan Bryan said this was an incident that occurred last Friday afternoon. The relationship between the complainant and the defendant is that they simply share a house together. There is no other relationship. They were both in the kitchen, and he approached the complainant and was carrying a roll of duct tape and tried to use that to tape her wrists together. She grabbed the tape, and then he grabbed her wrists, pulled her towards him. She pulled away, and he then put her wrists behind her back and taped her wrists together with duct tape. She asked him, "Why are you doing this?" And he said, "Because it's funny." He then bent her over. She was on the sofa at this stage, and he tied her ankles together and put tape over her mouth. After tying her, he went to answer a ring at the doorbell and returned to stand over while smiling as he watched her try and free herself. In response to her asking if he would remove the tapes, he allegedly said, "If you ask nicely, I'll take them off." She said, "Please take them off." So he went to get a knife from the kitchen and used that to cut the tape. In doing so, he cut her slightly. At this stage, the woman asked, "Can you please try not to cut me with the knife again?" To which Greg replied, "What will you do if I do?" When she said that she would tell someone, he said, "Who are you going to tell? I am the police." Mr. Bryan said he cut the tape and again cut her in the process. She was free from the tape and then left the room. Over the weekend, she was in a real dilemma, didn't know what to do. She was frightened and was worried about going to the police. Defending Griggs, if there is a defence for this, Anna Asfor said, "I can't argue that it's not an odd incident. It was a huge misjudgment. He's remorseful. He regrets it. It was a joke, but not a shared joke that went too far. He has owned up to it. He's taken responsibility. He's been suspended as an officer. He doesn't have anything to display or use to show he's an officer. He's under no illusion as to the seriousness of what has happened, even though it was a one-off incident that he deeply regrets. The trial has been adjourned until January the 5th, when he will next appear at Kingston Crown Court, and in the meantime he has been remanded, so we'll spend the next few weeks in a nice cosy cell sharing Christmas dinner with the other undesirables on the numbers wing. Best place for him.